Hi, welcome to take 444. My name is Mark, and I'm going to start, and I hope one day finish, going through my psych collection A to Z. It's a bit of a mammoth task. Not sure how it's going to go. I've got a lot of records, but I thought I'd show them. There'll be excursions in the meantime, I'm sure, but off the beaten track. But I'm going to start at A, where we all should start, and the first one, and playing in the background, is Aardvark. This is on Diram Nova. Came out in, I don't know, 69, I think, maybe 1970. It's mostly keyboard driven. It's very good. It's more progressive than psychedelic, I would say. It's kind of got that crossover. I'd say it's mostly keyboard driven, but it's a good place to start, and it's been reissued lots of times, and you can pick it up. The originals like this one are pretty hard to get hold of nowadays. They used to be not common, but you could find them in the UK. Next up is one that I don't think I've seen shown on the VC, although I haven't watched everything, obviously. Is A-Austr, and this is music from Holy Ground. So this came out as private press in the UK in I think it's 1970. This is a reissue. The original was in 99 copies, and I believe it's possibly the rarest UK private press psych album, although Love Cycle and Dark also up there. They both had 99 copies, I think, something to do with tax, while they were limited to 99 copies. So this is from the Holy Ground studios in Wakefield in Yorkshire. It's a very odd album. It's private press. It's very uncommercial. It's such a mixed bag. It covers all sorts of genres. But when it hits home with psychedelia, it does do it really well. But it's got all sorts. It's got kind of music hall. It's got some twee bits in it, and sometimes all in the same song. But it's a good album. But it's just so uncommercial. I mean, it just would not have got. They would not have got a record deal at the time. It has been reissued, and this is a reissue from 95. This is limited edition number 295. Even these reissues are very, very hard to get hold of. So that's the label on Holy Ground. The studio was called Holy Ground. Bill Nelson, who was a solo artist and in Bebop Deluxe and stuff, worked out of the same studio, and I think he had some input into this. It's a real mixed bag, as I say, but it's worth hearing. Next up is it's in alphabetical order, but obviously I'm not so anal that each section is alphabetized, so these are just the first ones that came to hand. Next is Autosalvage. This is a New York band, released a couple of albums. I've only got this one. The second one was Hoboken Saturday Night or something it was called. Came on Edsel, reissued rather on Edsel. This is a good album. This is kind of this is slightly folky, a little bit sort of kind of jug band, but definitely psychedelic. A little bit of bluegrass country tinges to it, but it's very good. Rampant Generalities is my favourite track on here. I think the originals are not too expensive. I think you can still pick them up fairly well. So don't have an original of that, unfortunately. Next up is Aorta. This is a Chicago band, I believe. This is again keyboard driven, but not as distorted keyboards as Aardvark, which is self-destructing in the background, as you can hear. This is slightly more melodic, but it's very progressive. That's the inside. This is a reissue. Don't have an original. It's on Columbia, 1970, I think. Again, yeah, I can't see the date on it. I think it's about 1970 it came out. Good album. Good album. Next up, I've got Aphrodites Child. So this is End of the World. This is their first album, an original on Mercury. So I can get the album out. It's on the Mercury label that we most of us know. So yeah, this is called End of the World. It's their first album from '69, I think, and it's quite poppy, psychedelic pop. It's a three-piece. Vangelis, who went on to write Chariots of Fire and all that sort of stuff, and Demis Roussos, who we all know from Abigail's Party and Islands in the Sun from the '70s, if you're as old as I am. Yeah, so this is their first album. It is quite poppy, psychedelic pop, as I say. The second album of theirs is called It's 5 O'Clock, and is slightly more psych. But again, it is psychedelic pop. It's slightly more psychedelic than the first one, but what they're really known for, and rightly so, is this monster. So this is, I don't have an original of this. This is 666 by Aphrodites Child. If you don't know this, you're really missing out. This is an absolutely fantastic album. One of the top early progressive psych albums. Came out in '72, after which they disbanded, unfortunately. But this is absolutely brilliant. It's all over the place. There's Gregorian chants, keyboards, and fantastic guitar on it. So this is a limited edition reissue, number 677 on red vinyl. Lots of people are not. This is a Vertigo album originally. A lot of people don't like coloured vinyl. I don't have a problem with it. The pressings nowadays, coloured vinyl used to be very poor quality in the 70s and 80s, but I think the pressings now on coloured vinyl are just as good as the black ones. Don't have a problem with that. So yeah, this is a concept album based on the Book of Revelations from the Bible, and it's just brilliant. People may have a problem with Demis Roussos' high vocals, because he's got quite a high sort of soprano voice, but this is the stuff. This is brilliant. Highly recommended. Four Horsemen on here which is on, I don't know which track that is just brilliant. You probably even know it's on side 1. And I've also got a best of Aphrodites Child. Love the cover on this. His bass guitar is unplugged in the TV studio. This is more of the poppy side of stuff. So they were from Greece, formed in '69. They came to England, played in Paris a bit, came to England, and they were quite successful, very successful in Greece and throughout the Mediterranean. And they broke up in '72, just after 666. If you can pick that one up, that's the one to go for. The others not so much. But yeah, brilliant stuff. That's all. They're going to be short videos because there's too much to remember on each one. And catch you all next time.